Hello everyone, today I am presenting the storytelling techniques used in my lesson, The Magic Friendship Soup. When teaching young ESL learners, the structure of the story is just as important as the words we use. For this assignment, I have chosen the Petal Structure as my primary narrative technique. This structure is perfect for building community and teaching new vocabulary in a way that feels natural and exciting for children. So, what exactly is a petal structure? Imagine a flower. In the center, you have the core of the story. In our case, the core is Mr. Hill and his giant soup pot in the middle of the street. The petals are the individual mini stories that happen around that pot. The first petal is Toby, who brings a white onion. The second petal is Maya, who brings orange carrots. The third petal is the neighbor with the brown potatoes. Each character represents a unique petal or a branch of the story. They all start separately in their own houses, but they all connect back to the same central hub, the magic soup. This technique is highly effective for 3 reasons. First, it allows for repetition. Every time a new petal or character arrives, I can repeat the same sentence structure. I have an ingredient. I put it in the pot. This helps ESL students memorize verbs and nouns. Second, it creates rhythm. The story doesn't just move in a straight line like a mountain structure. It blooms outward, adding more color and detail with every new character. Third, it supports cumulative learning. As we add more petals, the soup and the students' vocabulary gets bigger and richer. Next, let's take a look at storytelling activities that are suitable to do when I deliver my story in a class. Now, I will explain the primary activity used in my storytelling, the clay sculpting method. For young ESL learners, language can often feel abstract. By using clay, I transform the words into a 3D physical experience. This is a form of kinesthetic learning, where students use their hands to process new information. It keeps their focus high and reduces the anxiety of learning a new language because they are playing while they listen.
And the actions directly mirror what's happening in the story. So as the narrator says, Toby brings the onion, every single student is physically rolling a little white sphere of clay. They aren't just hearing the words, they are building them. That creates this incredibly powerful link between the English word and the object right there in their hands. And the benefits here go so far beyond just vocabulary. Students get to practice adjectives as they shape the clay. Is it smooth or bumpy? They use their whole bodies to act out, put it in the pot. Plus, it's great for their fine motor skills. And for the teacher, it's this really gentle way to check who's getting it, all in real time, no test required. After each student has created their own onions and carrots and potatoes, they all bring their little creations together. They combine all the individual clay pieces into one shared bowl, making this vibrant, physical representation of the magic friendship soup. The lesson here is just so clear. You have all these individual contributions, right? These unique little clay vegetables, each one carefully made by a different student. And together, they form a single collaborative masterpiece. This perfectly reinforces the moral of the story, that all our individual petals can come together to create something wonderful and shared. It's not just a story anymore, it's a shared experience, and that's what makes the learning truly meaningful. I mean, this method so beautifully combines narrative structure, physical action, and collaborative art.
That's all from me. Thank you for listening.